Okay, me over. Okay, all right. Thank you guys so much for coming to our third and final installment of the Voices Inside reading series. We are so happy that you're here, and we appreciate everybody's commitment to being here. Some people on their day off, some people after work. We really are happy that you're here tonight. Thank you. Oh, my name is Taylor Jack.
Hi, I'm Blake Russell.
And I'm Becca Trumbo. One really exciting thing that we have done with this program this year is that not only are we presenting work that would otherwise not be seen on a stage, but we have been doing our own sort of research, which involves audience participation and how these plays really affect the individual before and after they have seen the work. And really, we've been collecting that research, which is something that this program has not really done before. So it's an exciting time for us.
Yeah, and we really look forward to continuing this series. This has been a part of Actors Theater and Voices Inside for 3 years now, and we are that third and not final year. And we look forward to continuing the work. We hope you all will come back next year and join in the conversation. It's really powerful.
Any housekeeping?
Oh yeah, we welcome you to take photos and video, but just please silence your cell phones. That's all I got.
Please know that if you have to leave, please exit out this farm right here to your left or your right if you're sitting in this section. And please be aware of actors running to and fro. We don't want any of our audience members to get run over. And before every session that occurs at North Point, they read the Voices Inside Credo, which one of their own wrote a few years ago for the program. So if you would turn to the back of your programs, we actually have it right there for you, and we would like to read it before we present their work. I am a member of a unique circle of trust. I will neither judge nor hold in contempt any member of this circle for any reason. I come to this circle with a blank canvas upon which I will create written drama to the best of my ability. I am determined to learn and accept constructive criticism because I understand that it will help me grow as an artist. Release the voice inside.
Fantastic. We'll get started with our first play by John R. Hagan. The title of the play is Scott Adams. Lights up.
Scott Adams, report to operations.
So what are you going to do? Have you even thought about what we said?
Honestly, I think and think, and I'm tired of thinking.
Damn it, we ain't got much time.
What I think is, I don't want to. I've never done it before.
So it's not like it's hard. Just make a fist like this and pop him in the mouth.
Like this?
Are you stupid? No, damn it, it ain't hard. If you do it like that, you'll break your thumb.
Screw you, Matt. I'm not stupid. I just don't want to do it. I'm going to a place where it's easier for my family to visit. Besides, I never fought anyone anyway.
It's a first for everything.
I'm not going around trying to beat somebody up.
How about him, the fat guy? You'll be quicker than he is.
Hell no, I'm claustrophobic and he weighs like 250 pounds or better.
Okay. How about him? You take him easy?
Yeah, he's like a year away from Social Security benefits. I'm not going after a toothless senior citizen.
Just stop being so picky. This is the only way we can be together. You get a write-up, it'll jam your transfer.
What? I'm supposed to just forget about being able to see my family more?
I've never even heard you talk about your family without spitting on them. That's bullshit.
Scott Adams, report to operations.
Where do you think you're going?
You know where I'm going. Let me go. I'm not doing this.
I guess you just don't care about us then? You're just gonna piss it away?
I didn't say that. Stop assuming.
Then what are you trying to say then?
I'm not fucking getting violent, period. You act like I'm supposed to put you before my family.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you can't just leave me here alone. Just do what you said you were going to do.
Matt, come on. I said last night I might think about it, but this morning I reconsidered.
I took up for you. After all I've done, you're a selfish bitch. I made you. You was nothing but a state-raised punk, scared shitless, looking over your shoulder, wearing state boots and stealing extra food trays from the chow hall.
Selfish? You're the one forcing me to do something I don't want to do.
I'm following our plan. You can't go back on your word.
Right now, you're doing what you've been doing this whole time we've been together. Making me do what you want. Make me act how you want it. Act this way, do that. I'm done, Matt. I can't take it anymore.
I've invested too much.
Invested? What are you? A banker? You wonder why I'm not doing this.
My reputation, time, my money.
When it comes down to it, you're so caught up on reputation, you didn't give us a real try. You're so fucking worried about your homeboys and your ex and your drug scams, you don't care about nothing else.
Those homeboys I grew up with, and I just met you. The drugs, you're not complaining when you're eating every night, when I bought you those new shoes.
I knew this was gonna happen.
What?
Nothing.
I ain't asking a lot from you.
Oh, you're not? You do realize me getting into a fight maxes my custody.
So max it. I'll follow you wherever you go.
And how many times have you seen that be successful?
It's the only shot. We have to stay together.
Wrong. It's the only shot to keep up this bullshit. Keep picking this scab. We have the choice to end this now and spare each other any more hurt.
Scott Adams, report to operations immediately.
I'm tired of your shit. My friends said it was a mistake to be messing with your kind. They said just get bombed and wham. Bam it with your eyes closed, but never, ever stick around. Nothing but drama and bad shit would come of it.
My kind? What's that supposed to mean? Don't you mean our kind?
No, you're the fag here.
Okay, sure. I'm the bad. You're not. Let's just let it go.
I can't. I don't know how.
In the end, this was nice, sure, but this ain't enough to keep me from getting to a better prison. I want someone who isn't going to ditch me. Someone who isn't ashamed, who don't get all flushed and excited when his ex-wife visits. Let's be honest. I know what you really want ain't me.
What am I supposed to do when I no longer get?
This is a prison. This is temporary. You and me are only here and now in the moment.
What then, on to the next? You won't go a week without a next.
You never really loved me. You only loved how I made you feel, and I like how we made us feel, but then you told me to shut up talking about it.
Things were easier until you blabbed your mouth.
Why couldn't people know?
Because where I come from, I'm told to be ashamed of what I was doing.
So you was supposed to get what you wanted out of our relationship, but I wasn't.
What were you not getting?
You loved me from here. I wanted you to love me from here.
Without you, I'm left with nothing.
Sorry, but take responsibility for starting something you now regret.
Scott Adams, report to operations immediately.
It was never supposed to go that far. I have a life outside of here. You're the fucking queer-ass loser.
See you around, Matt.
No, you got all my homies snickering behind my back, calling me a pervert. I'm a fucking joke.
You want me to say?
What?
If you want to make me say I'm in love with a man, but you gotta say it loud. You gotta scream it loud.
Fuck. Why would I fucking scream that?
Scream it, and I'll play it your way. I'll hit whoever you want me to hit. I'll probably get beat to shit, but I'll do it.
I ain't never jacked you off or touched you anyway like that. I ain't never blowed you, period. I'm not that way.
Doesn't matter if you're pitching or catching, you're still playing the game.
Fuck you.
There you go, Matt. You just screamed out who you are, an asshole.
I'm a man, and you're just a fucking mistake.
And I'll always be that dirty little secret you carry around with you for the rest of your life.
No, let's not get it confused. I used you. I treated you bad. I disowned you. I abused you, and when I wanted it, I took shit from you, and you just kept crawling back.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means you're the lowlife that's in love deep, and you're just too damn damn scared to do anything about it.
Okay, this isn't going well, is it? This is the same old crap we went over last night. If I say it's just gonna be the same echo. See you later, Matt.
Scott Adams, report to operations now.
What happens when you show up to operations, your face all bloody and punched in? Think they'll transfer you then? Do you think you'll still get transferred then?
Chill, Matt.
Fuck you. I'm gonna kick your ass.
No, I ain't going with my face bloody.
No? So you're not gonna fight me now?
No, I'm going to fight for me.
Lockdown! Lockdown! All inmates report to your dormitories immediately!
Lights out.
Up next, it says on your program we have spoken word. We have 2 guests. We have an addition to our program. We're so happy about that. We have our amazing Montez that is going to come up. He has been here for the past 2 months, and we're so happy that he's going to finish it on up for the last one. Come on up, Montez.
How y'all doing? Some of y'all remember me, some of y'all don't.
I remember you.
I'm a bit nervous because I want to give you all my story. I never told any of y'all my story, so this is the last time I give y'all my story. 17 years ago, I took a guy's life. The guy shot at me, opposed me going to the police. I chose to take matters into my own hands, and I took his life. I did 10 straight years. And this guy's mother came for me to try to get me out of prison. And you know, we don't do that. We're not forgiving people. We don't usually forgive. You know, she went to Frankfurt to tell the people that she know what kind of son she had. And I'm not glorifying anything that I've done, but letting go is not enough time for killing my son. So I try to come with a message that will reflect on younger guys not doing the same thing that I've done. You know, make a better decision. So I'm going to share this piece, which I don't know if I'm going to do 1 or 2. It's up to you.
Go ahead.
Then I'm going to talk about the program. You know, most of the guys that you hear from are guys that's locked up, been incarcerated. This is a natural release for us to just open up and be ourselves other than criminal, because you know there's some good in me. You know, there's some good in me, and nobody's all the way good or all the way bad. You know, we would love to wear a mask to tell people that we're always good. We're not. I'm going to give you this piece, and it's like I say, this program helped me a little bit, and it's helping me right now to be able to speak in front of you guys. And I ain't nervous anymore. Let us move on and leave the drugs and guns alone. I know at the present we see nothing wrong, but we're destroying someone's home. And constantly, the negative effect in newspapers and television is shown. For instance, the 8-year-old student, a victim of a drug deal gone bad, and this short life ended from a drive-by shooting. Surely the resolution, a precious life taken to stem from drug pollution. And I wish I could handle this miracle to make things a little clearer. It shows a little egg sack exposed to the exterior. I'm speaking from experience, because for a period, my vision was blurred. There were 2 that had a disagreement, and one felt cheated, and was fed up with offensive behavior and repeated, took matters into his hands, revealed a gun and squeezed it. And now the other lay helplessly bleeding and pleading for his life. It wasn't about to end right, as the shooter disappeared into the night. And his mother answered the phone, a sense that she didn't want to hear it, because with her son, there'll be no message, there'll be more tears. Her eyes began to fill with tears, thinking, where did she go wrong over the years? And on top of that, a couple of years back, her daughter started abusing crack, hooked on drugs. She started selling her body and was torn away from what she loved. And she gave up on herself and no longer searched for a better day. Her mother used to tell her to pay attention to the message she was trying to relay. Think about it before you run away and learn of the dangers that await. Baby girl, I promise if you hold on to a better day, but her daughter ignored her warnings and daffing age. Parents, let us remember, the children don't raise us. We raise the children. We can't continue to let the streets claim and kill them. Let's stay involved in their lives until we bring tender living pictures to fulfillment. I wish I could hand you this mirror to make things a little clearer. It shows us on the inside exposed to the exterior. I'm speaking from experience, because for a period, my vision was blurred. I got caught up. I've been working on this piece right here called We Are One. And I'll be honest with you, I'm afraid to share it, because I don't know. I'm afraid of being judged. I've been judged my whole life, but I'm going to share it. I'm going to step out on faith and share it. It's called We're One. I feel that the forces that force me are commanding me to depict in the form of a poem that our purpose is to give life and uplift fallen humanity. So as we pursue peace, happiness, and joy, let us build and destroy argument and understanding. We're unable to see our relation covered by agitation, which breeds isolation and division. So as a whole, we develop in our soul a deep incision. Similar experiences, but too afraid to share, are too busy to listen. In addition, a lot of women can relate to being touched or raped. When it happens to young boys and they convert to feminine, they're constantly met with hate. But the world hasn't walked in their shoes or ate what's on their plate. So they become confused, defined by others' views and go to self-hate, as their parents wear a foundation of shame on their face. Until you meet people, think about what you say. No life is a waste. It's not what goes into the person that defiles them, but what comes out that defiles them. In certain parables, we're told for us to see that we don't look in the mirror, take on the characteristics of a Pharisee, hearing nobody's plea, and will deal blows to no cause, and have no problem nailing you to the cross. If you ask her, she'll tell you that the voices in her head constantly rant, do that and do this to me. She was touched way too young, so she attempts to escape the promiscuity. And when she tries to turn from this behavior, she feels that her efforts are all for naught, and that her innocence can't be returned or bought. But I say, pick yourself up, little sis. It's not your fault. So she wrestles with life as she's been handed her burden. As men and women misuse her, she believes she deserves it. But the power is in her mind, and this is a truth that they don't want to surface. Because if no one has had the battle, we can keep our foot on the self-defeating circle, understanding our work and purpose in working. With the constant edification, we begin eliminating self-righteous and self-hating, coming together with our experiences, claiming our position as mothers and fathers of civilization. This is poetry. This is an uplift. Until walking dead, this is your awakening. Everything has become clear to me, and it occurs to me that they keep you while you're down because they haven't dealt with their insecurity. So great they can't become because they fear to be. In closing, pity to him or her that fails or fall, because we live in a world where people don't care at all, and instead of helping you, will misuse you like a bathroom stall. We have enough that's negative, and are totally devoted. And if it's not to uplift, then why are you quoting? This is to uplift. This is to poetry in motion. I'm going to leave you with food for thought. The big fella has spoken.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for listening.
We also have an amazing, amazing poet that Robby has already told me is outstanding, so I'm really excited. Let's bring on Perry Bay Bell. I just heard that you were released 2 weeks ago. So 1 week ago.
Louisville, Kentucky. How y'all doing tonight? First of all, give all praises to God because he's worthy to be praised. Secondly, it's a blessing and an honor to be standing here today. Thirdly, I give God thanks for bringing Robby Henson into my life. He's a good man. Tonight is the anniversary death of my mother. And I'm just old country boy. You know, us country boys, I mean, I know everybody loves their mama, but us country boys, we mama's boys. I don't care. You know, we mama's boys. And that was my heart. And tonight is her anniversary, so how many pieces can I do? 1, 2?
2. Yeah.
Okay. This first piece is definitely a dedication to my mother and some of the things that she instilled in me concerning women. You know, we come up in a society where a segment of society thinks it's all right to refer to our women as bitches, whores, sluts, back it up, drop it like it's hot, blah, blah, blah. I have a beautiful daughter, and I just want to give my daughter a counterbalance. So when she's looking at something, she can look at this and say, oh, that's what a man is supposed to be. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't knock nobody for making a living for what they do, but I'm just saying for me and mine, I would rather give her something positive to look at. And like I said, it's a dedication to my mom because she's the one that's instilled these type of thoughts in me. So, ladies, do y'all mind if I take this time to stimulate y'all's minds with some concepts that have been cultivated in the mind of a full-grown man who understands that when you were fashioned by our Creator's hands, that you were created to stand by man's side and reside as man's bride and queen, as it was deemed by the Creator of life. For you see, woman, you were created to be bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, my helpmate, my wife. And woman, you are never to be disrespected, neglected, or rejected. Even when life gets hectic, which is to be expected, woman, you ought to be treated with the utmost respect. Now, having said that, I'm pretty sure that we both can agree that during the course of our journey, we're bound to disagree about this, that, or the other. And in those times of disagreements, it is imperative that we maintain respect for one another in the positions that we've been given. For you see, woman, the absence of respect, well, that simply creates division, and yet you and I, we were created to be as one and to bring forth life as the sun gives life to the earth. For you see, woman, I do indeed understand that your worth, it cannot be measured by the material treasures that most men endeavor to obtain. So through the joy and through the pain, woman, you will always remain to be the apple of my eye, which is why I must say to you, never accept anything except the respect that is due to you. For you see, woman, you're not a female dog, nor are you a $2 hoe, woman. You are the bearer of life and the other half of my soul. Now, if you should be one of those women who believes that no man can make you whole, then what I want you to do is listen very carefully as I continue to expose the story of life about the day that you were created to become my wife. For you see, woman, you were the perfect thought that God had for me when he looked at me and saw that I was so very lonely, standing in the garden, feeling down in bloom. God said, son, I have the perfect gift for you. Which is why I know that these words that I speak are true. For you see, woman, the gift that God gave to me was you. He caused this deep sleep to come over me, and he took one of my RIBs and created you, my perfect Eve. And since he took you from me, there ain't but one way that I could be made whole. That is to have you by my side, because woman, you are truly the other half of my soul. Yeah. That's a dedication to my mama, Miss Doris Jean Patterson. This next piece is Robby's piece. I'll call this one Robby's piece. Kind of threw me off that actually he liked this piece, for real.
Well, it sort of speaks to what's going on. You know, there's a system where a lot of people come from a certain background. They end up in a system that just feeds on them, you know?
This is true. This piece is called The Process. So, I'm gonna just get right to this one. Who can tell you about the ghetto better than one who was born in and of the ghetto? I'm talking about one whose heart beats with the same pulse and rhythm as these grimy ghetto streets, where the grim realities of slums and back alleys produce nothing but victims and casualties. I'm talking about one who was raised up in them bricks that some call the Jets, but in reality, they ain't nothing but governmental experiments labeled as the projects, specifically designed to confine and confuse young, impressionable minds and to examine and detect future leaders and warriors who are to be marked for death or to be banished into these modern-day slave plantations called prison. Legalized incarceration and separation from your family and friends, sent off to spend 10 or more years in the pen and conditioned to be returned again and again and again, filled with so much hatred, resentment, and revenge that it allows anger, darkness, and madness to descend into the deepest recesses of the human soul that has been turned cold by years of being subjected to this process. And I'm not talking about just any process, but I'm talking about a process of deliberate design, a process deliberately designed to tear down and reprogram the human mind. I'm talking about a process that'll strip you of your very best human attributes, only to be replaced by the characteristics of uncontrollable brutes who are to be released back upon a society whose ignorance of this process is such a sad sight to see. So I'm gonna put y'all up on a little bit of y'all history rather than his story. Now, parental discretion is advised. That's right. Parental discretion is advised, because anytime you begin to speak about history rather than his story, man, it's gonna be bloody and it's gonna be gory. For you see, the process at its primitive best, back in the days when my ancestor like Kunta Kinte was put to the test, the process, it would choose the very best warriors, the ones who were feared, loved, and honored by all the rest. And they would take those warriors to the middle of town square where they would beat those warriors like they beat Jesus, because the first part of the process was to install fear. But you see, it didn't even stop there. And so they then proceeded to find a beautiful African queen, which was needed to perform that next abomination. For 8 to 9 months, she's carried this life. And now she finds herself in the middle of town square, feeling the blade of a madman's knife ripped through her uterus, all the way to her chest plate, forced to witness her unborn child's fate. So with the very last breath that she breathes, she is forced to see her seed snatched from the protection of her sacred sanctuary and slammed to the ground, thumped without no mercy, to no life to be found. Now, the effects of this process was indeed profound, especially upon those who were forced to witness the warriors, the mothers, and the child's blood spilt upon the ground. Even now we find young, impressionable minds that are born in this new era of time, where we find no physical binds upon our hands and our feet to remind us of the blood, sweat, and guts that have been mingled in the dust of the USA. We find that the effects of the process have still yet to go away, and nor will they just poof, magically go away. You see, the effects of the process, they have got to be torn down and thrown away, unless we'll be forever trapped in the process. And yesterday, it's time to wake up. And yes, this is a wake-up call. So wake up, wake up, wake up. People, wake up.
Sorry, I'm really into it. So we're moving on to our next play of this evening, our second one actually, and it's called Promised Land by Andrew Phillips.
well-manicured home estate. Tony stands alone in the night, gazing at the stars, and starts to study his hands. Mama enters. She is loudly dragging 2 lawn chairs.
Jehovah says honor your mother. Now come over here and help me so we can have a place to sit.
I'd like to go fishing in that lake.
Dog, ain't that the truth?
Just go out there till I caught what I was looking for, and if I didn't catch nothing, I'd sleep right there. Right on the edge of that lake.
When me and your uncle was kids, we'd take our little fishing rod to go down to the creek till they built all them track houses.
Then I'd do it again.
And if we didn't catch nothing, we'd get barefoot, poke holes at the bottom of a barrel we would have, and catch crawdad eggs. Me and my baby brother.
Yeah, I hear you, Mom.
And your uncle, he was so handsome too. All the girls chasing after him. Where's Melvin? Where's Melvin? You know, but we'd be out there just fishing. Honey, don't you go and be like that. Money changes people. Jehovah says that money is the root of all evil, and don't you forget it.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, baby.
Do you think there's more stars out here in California than in Kentucky?
Baby, what you mean? Like celebrities? Ain't no celebrities out in Rio Vista, California. They just as country as we is.
No, I mean like stars. This man came to my elementary once with this big tent and we all got in it. Then he had like this projector that lit up and he shined it in the pitch black. It looked like he was in the night sky with all the stars.
That sounds nice, baby. Mama wishes she could have seen that.
Some people's parents were there. A lot of them was there.
Well, baby, why didn't you tell me?
It was a church.
The Kingdom Hall, baby. Kingdom Hall, Mama don't go to no church, you know that.
Well, anyway, the tent show man would ask us our birthday, then he would show us who he was in the stars. Like me, I'm an Aries.
Oh, you gotta be careful about that. That's false prophecy. Israel's first king Saul lost his life for that very same devil.
Mama, I'm talking about the different constellations is all.
That's what I mean. Lost his life for that very same thing, honey. Jehovah don't play no games.
Yeah, Mama, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Mama. I remember you used to jump to go to the Kingdom Hall. I want to learn about Jehovah, you'd say.
Okay, whatever.
And you'd always hold up your little hand to answer, and I'd say what Mama taught you. I was so proud.
Can we just talk about something else?
Talk about what? What else is there to talk about? Better than everlasting life.
Anything and everything. That's all you do is sit around and talk about what you believe all the time.
I will bless the Lord at all hours, at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth.
Don't nobody want to hear that all the time. Jehovah ain't here right now.
Oh, Jehovah's
It's
here.
me and it's you. That's it. I don't want to talk about Jehovah or the meetings or what you've done. None of that, because that's all we do. You can't name a time when you wasn't doing or talking about what you believe.
Baby, I would have went to your tent show if you would have told me.
There ain't gonna be any more tents, Mama.
Well, that don't mean we can't still do stuff together. We can still do all kind of stuff.
Like what?
Let's go, Tony. Let's go right now and jump in that lake right quick.
You trying to go to jail?
Well, ain't nobody gonna go to jail. How we gonna go to jail?
I don't have any swim clothes.
All them clothes in your suitcase. Who comes to California with no swim clothes? There's plenty in the van.
I'm not wearing anything out of that van.
Ain't nothing wrong with that van. Your Uncle Melvin bought that van. It was a brand new van till your kids tore it
You got
up.
so much junk in there.
Annie, that is not junk. Everything in that van is in there for a reason.
You got about 10 big ass rocks, about 100 pounds apiece that smell like crap.
They do not stay.
A giant bucket of white stuff with water floating on top.
You open that. That is plaster, baby. People pay good money for
It
plaster.
makes no sense why you have it.
Not now. It's probably ruined now that you opened it. David, do you want to go swimming or not?
No. I don't want to go to jail.
No. That's all you have to say? Ain't nobody going to jail. That lake down there, that's on your uncle's property. 75 acres all the way up the hills. Always complain.
Too much crap.
And boy, ain't nobody gonna listen to you talk to me like that. Hell, I'm the mama for crying out loud, and there ain't nothing in that van I can't find when I need.
Yeah?
Where's your insulin? Needles, blood testing kit. I didn't see you take a shot today.
In the glove box. You can go check, Doubting Thomas. Don't nobody gotta keep poking themselves every 5 minutes.
You can't just keep that kind of stuff in there like that.
Baby, I ain't
You gotta
got
keep
to
that
worry
refrigerated.
about
That's
that. I'll be
medication. What if you
fine.
got
Jehovah
hot?
got
Have
me.
you thought about
He will
that?
protect me. The Bible says.
Nobody want to hear what the Bible says. That's why Uncle Melvin put you out. Because he didn't want to hear it no more. Didn't want you throwing your know-it-all crap all in his face all the time.
Boy, didn't nobody put me out. But somebody gonna out me out. Who told you that stuff, huh? Your sisters?
Don't matter. He don't want you out here no more, so now you're living on the streets.
Honey, I ain't listening to what your sisters say. They got nothing but the devil in them. Me and your uncle will work it out.
How long you been on your own, Mom?
It don't matter. Is that why you out here? Your sister sent you out here to spy on me?
No, they sent me out here.
I already know. And I'ma stop you before you lie. You tell them, loudmouth sisters of yours, you tell them I ain't going back. My place is here. Right, Jehovah
I'm not
said,
going back.
well, I ain't leaving. I got just as much right to that house as he has. He wasn't the only one washing those cars at his car wash. Hell, I was too. Hell, I even had your baby butt out there with a bucket and a rag. Mr. Car Wash King can think he can lay up in there with that woman and those kids. Ain't even his kids. Jehovah. Lay up and play house all he wants to. I'll be right here. And when you get back home, you tell your
I'm not going back. I can't go back.
Your sisters put you out again. What kind of family puts out one of their...
Didn't nobody put me out. I messed up.
Messed up like what, baby? Like Judah?
I don't got no kids.
Was it like the Israelites? They stole baby constantly.
Like David. Kind of like David.
How like David, baby? David slept with Bathsheba and...
Like Cain.
Well, all we got to do is go back and explain.
I said like Cain, Mom. I shot him.
Who?
You wouldn't know. I barely knew him. It was stupid neighborhood shit. And there ain't no change in that. There ain't no explanation. This ain't no candy bar and feel bad. That's some apology I can make.
Why, baby? Why?
It don't matter. They'll come for me, and I know what they're gonna. I'll spend the rest of my life in prison, or most of it, but I won't cry. You won't have to worry about me anymore.
I'm always gonna worry about you. My baby.
You left.
I left. I wanted a better life for us, baby. That money Melvin got to start up his business come from our family. So it's a family business. And I couldn't just sit back when we got nothing.
You left us.
Didn't nobody want me there. Except to mama run me here right quick or watch the babies while I run to the store. I couldn't stay. But I was gonna send for my baby. I was gonna bring you out there. That was always mama's plan.
I ain't no baby no more.
I prayed for this. I prayed for us. I prayed, Jehovah knows how much I prayed for this.
Are we sleeping in your bed? Do we live out here homeless?
No. This is God's plan. I should have known when you brought up that Stockton.
Mama exits. Rustling is heard. She returns with a big box and rope and puts it in front of Tony.
What is this?
I couldn't fix it up by myself. But together I know we can. This man just gave it to me at a yard sale. Just gave it to me. Maybe it ain't a star tent, but it's a full-size family tent.
Mama, what is...
And he said I could just use the stakes in there, but it would help if I had some big stones. Tony, I got a car full of stones.
Yeah, but where are we gonna put it?
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that, Jehovah. I knew it. Out there. That's our property, baby. Belongs to our family.
Mama, Keisha and Tasha said that Uncle Melvin don't...
Never mind what your sister said. I'm telling you what I know in my heart.
He doesn't want you here. He don't love you. We love you.
Just listen to me, Tony. Sometimes we just gotta stop and listen to his word. And we gotta be strong, like Daniel and like Samson.
Samson?
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? Tie yourself to Melvin's house? That's against the law.
That man's law. What does that do against God's? Remember, Tony, when I used to read the Bible stories to you? All the people who did it. Jonah, Lot's wife. Moses never crossed the Jordan, baby.
I can't stay here. I have to go, Mama. He's gonna call the cops on us and they'll be looking for me.
You think I'll let him take you? You know I won't. Tony, you gotta look past all that's going on around you. You gotta, okay? Like when you was in that star tent, you think you saw the stars, but look now at this sky. Ain't it beautiful, baby? That's the same sky in Kentucky. It's a miracle. Your sisters are under this same sky. They never looked at it. And you never looked at it right. You understand what Mama's saying? Good. Bring the tent when you're ready. I'll find us a good spot.
I love you.
End of play.
Hi, my name is Robby Henson, and I started this program, gosh, I guess about 5 or 6 years ago. It was so good to see some folks who had been through the program being creative here tonight and giving some spoken word. If you look on the front of the program, it sort of describes what we do. Voices Inside is a prison play series written by inmates at North Point Training Center, which is a prison near Danville. Some of our playwrights have won national awards and have been runners up to national awards, and we're very proud of what we do. We definitely feel that through creativity, that is a way of expressing yourself, and it helps with socialization skills. It helps with self-image. I just feel creativity helps with so many things. So we're a big proponent of that, bringing the message of creativity to the incarcerated. And this is such a beautiful program. I'm so thankful that Kayla and Rebecca and Blake were able to put this together. And you guys, thank you so much. Because what you guys are doing are allowing voices that are incarcerated to come outside those walls and speak to you. Is there anybody here tonight who has some of the playwrights who are still incarcerated? Are there any family members here tonight? All right. Who are you connected with? Andrew. Andrew. Now, did your aunt come?
She's not here.
Yeah. Now, are you Andrew's brother?
Yes.
And Andrew just wrote this last play. Now, I'm just curious. I think it's very autobiographical. Did you recognize something about it that seemed autobiographical? Like it sort of came from Andrew's life a little bit? Yeah. Of course, you probably weren't alive back then.
Yeah, I was a baby.
Yeah. All right. Well, so glad that you're here. Who else? All right. And you guys are with, we're about to hear some work from Anthony Clark, and you're here to represent that. Well, good. Well, what we're doing next is a series of monologues that were written in the last month, maybe a month and a half ago. And they were a series of monologues that were arrived at. One of the guys who works with us is Kurt Tofflin, who started Shakespeare Behind Bars at Luther Luckett. And he was with us when we started our program, and he's given us a lot of guidance. And he comes in at least once a year to do some class work and some workshops. And he worked with the guys for a week, and he had them, at the end of a week, write a monologue. Kurt gave them 4 questions to ponder as they wrote their monologues. And those questions were, who am I? What do I love? What is my legacy? How will I live my life knowing I'm going to die? And when you're incarcerated, you have a lot of time to think about things like this. Is that right, Perry?
Yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely. But I think all of us could sort of ponder these kind of questions, you know, because we're all sort of doing our own thing, and sometimes we just glide over it. And I really thought these monologues were quite an excellent expression of Kurt Tofflin working with us for a week. And we will present 5 monologues from the week Kurt Tofflin was there.
God Under Pressure by Anthony D. Clark, Sr. A day in the life of Anthony Clark, inmate number 173141. Call it a tapestry of turmoil or a noisy picture in which the golden threads of triumph get intertwined with the black frazzled strings of tragedy. You can even call it a symphony of emotions, a sunrise to sunset orchestration of extremes, with one score brassy and exuberant, the next will moan with intense sorrow. On one page, the orchestra swells with adoration. However, on the next, Anthony solos a soft ballad of loneliness. Whatever you choose to call it, one should call it real. As real as the cross of Calvary, it is a day in which Anthony experienced more stress than he had any other day of his life. Imprisonment and loss. Yes, he, like Christ, would now have reason to weep, reason to run. He'd have reason to shout, doubt, curse. He would even have a reason to praise. From calm to chaos, from perplexity to peace, within moments his life had been turned upside down, yet in this tapestry that has become his life, there is one thread that sparkles. In this symphony that plays on, there is one song that soars. In his story, there's one lesson that gives him comfort. We've all heard it before, although many of us have forgotten it, or let's face it, have refused to believe it. But Jesus knows how you feel. If you've ever had a day when you've been overwhelmed by demands, if you've ever ridden the roller coaster of sorrow and celebration, if you've ever wondered if God in his great wisdom and glory can or would relate to you, right here, right now, take heart, beloved, because Jesus knows how you feel. Jesus knows how you feel.
Who Am I? By Calvin Sturgill. Have you ever had a stranger ask, who are you? Have you ever asked yourself, who am I? Is a man's identity established from his past, present, or future? For if my identity comes from my past, I'm the little boy with blood streaming down the back of his legs from the whipping he received for sneaking into the dairy and eating a jar of canned apples because he was hungry. I'm the 10-year-old kid who lost his dad to black lung from working in the coal mines to support his family. Or maybe I'm the teenager with whelps on his back from the garden hose or bicycle inner tube his stepdad used on him when he caught him with a chew of tobacco. Or just maybe I'm I'm the little boy that was sexually abused from the time he was 6 until he was 11 by the man who was staying to help with the farm after the black lung had made his dad completely helpless. But if I am who is identified by the present, I am prisoner number 236216, stuck behind fences and razor wire, brought on by my past because I never spoke up to let anyone know what was happening to me, staying in darkness and never seeking help. And if who I am is established from my future, the road is still empty. Only time will answer the question, who am I?
Eureka by Trumbo. My name is Trumbo, inmate number 2014-10. I have watched a little over 10 calendar years pass by, like the leaves from the trees outside the fence that I can't climb. I'll miss out on 15 more opportunities to wish my children happy birthday, take them trick-or-treating, and see the looks on their faces when Christmas Day finally arrives. If anyone out there is searching for me, in prison is where I can be found. I have always feared embarrassment. Please don't laugh at me. Yet I stand before you simply asking to be recognized. The last time we met, I was in shackles in an orange jumpsuit. Even with my tear-streaked face, all you saw was the bad guy. Your civic duty placed you amongst my peers, and equal before the law, yet I was treated as the lesser. When you left that courtroom to go home, I bet I quickly faded from your memory. How long did it take you to recover from the effects your voice amongst 11 placed upon my life? It's been 10 years and I'm still stuck at a standstill. 15 more to go. If you were to enter this room right now, I'd know you. Do you even bat a lash? Is my face familiar? Do you even know who I am? I remember you, even as you grew bored, thinking about the milk you forgot to pick up, and began to resent having to miss yet another episode of The Young and the Restless. As the verdict was read, your plans for the day resumed, while the embarrassment and humiliation I was forced to endure became the genesis of my soul search. I hope I don't become the man consumed by hopelessness, because I'm struggling to recall who I was before your face imprinted itself upon my psyche. Hatred and loathing, regret and despair, these emotions serve to teach me the true meaning of sharing. In prison, love and hate are unconditional, and opposites become mingled, indistinguishable from their counterparts. Positive and negative both serve the same purpose when your goal is attention. What do I love? Truth be told, does it matter? As long as the exchange is reciprocal? Love is just an emotion looking for an outlet. We all know that misery loves company. We all lead separate lives. I didn't wake up this morning feeling a day older or a step closer, but I'm waiting my turn. I live my life knowing that people with brighter lights than mine, people who give others hope and redemption, their glow eventually dwindles down into a wink out of existence. Everyone's does. I forgive you, and I bet you don't even remember me. The man with no reason or rhyme has learned contrition all because of your lack of attention. This is my condition. So many questions. I'm still searching.
I'm Right Here by John R. Hagan. I'm right here. See me or not. I'm right here. Sure, ask him if he wants to help. I'm only your son, not your nephew. Do you see me? I don't think that you do. I might not like to fix cars like that Super Sport Nova you valued so dear. I might not like to go fishing, but I would have thrown the line in and out just to build something with you. Hunting? That was definitely out of the question. How could I shoot a gun? You never taught me. liked being in your company. They are closer to you by blood, but my name is the same as yours. Closer, apart. We grow, but I'm still here. Where has the time gone? I have come and gone, the two of us growing older. Time has not been so kind to us. I have faced many demons of the world, and somehow I'm still around. Who am I, and where do I come from? Am I as good as they are? They are only my cousins, and yet it seems as if they should be my brothers. No matter. I set my own stage and dance to my own rhythm, as the world is a stage, and I can add to and take away from it as I want. And what I want is to extend myself to you. Are you okay after the divorce? I was not physically there, but I'm right here. When you were shot and suffering, I wrote you and offered my hand. I remain wanting and willing a closeness I never had. My future is brightened by extending myself outward and not inward. I see so much hurt in the world. I see fights taken to those who can't fight the fight. What is wrong is not right, and I am willing to take on that fight. I extend myself to you. I'm right here. When the times seem rough and the last thing you want to see is another day, you may see me or not, but I'm right here. I'm John Hagan, inmate number 187048.
My Moment by Andrew Phillips. My name is Andrew Phillips, inmate number 167577. I've been down for almost 12 years. My story is weak in the sense of a story. There's no sudden rush of relating events that builds to a mountain of conflict and emotions that forces me to the edge into some resounding resolution. I don't have an ending. There will be an ending. I hope that it's as slow and drawn out as possible. Just when they think I'm gone, I fight back and have another day. And then I get another day, and I stretch those days to years because I love my life. I love it. Since when does a prisoner say such words? I never did. I allowed the conditions of my life to determine my experiences. My every moment has been spent trying to micromanage tiny things, which gave me other things, and brought me pleasures, fleeting pleasures. And life moments were passing me by. I almost missed it, the whole experience. There was this one time me and my mother sat looking at the stars of a California sky, the brightest night I'd ever seen. But I was on the run, so I left in the morning. Or after years of fighting with my father, I came to see him at his request. And as I held my newborn baby sister, Lanisha, and awed at her full head of hair and dark complexion, it were his eyes glaring up at me. But this time not dilated or yellow stained, just beautiful stars. I loved him. But I said, she looks like her mother, and left. I was broke and had things to do. Or, when I was finally sentenced, shackled hands to feet, I looked behind me and I saw my loved ones outnumbering those condemning me 2-1. And they all seemed to smile and nod in unison, tears welling in their eyes. And I was so ashamed. When I look back at those moments, I feel now what I should have felt then. Love. I often go back there to when I was a child, but I don't stay long. Those moments are sticky. They'll cling to you and hold you, and you can get stuck there and miss the experiences now, at this moment. What if you need each experience? I feel all of them adding up to something, never taking away, some larger than others, but you can never really guess the size. I'm still experiencing life and adding the moments. And I think if I put them all together, I'll end up with some great experiences and one hell of a story at the end. This is my moment.
to close with our last and final reading, Seasons by Derek Trumbo. Setting, a greasy spoon diner at the edge of town late at night. A table, 2 chairs, cups, a counter with a coffee pot and hot plate. There's also a phone on the wall. August sits hunched at the center table, cup of coffee in his hands. Deke sits opposite. Neither man is very happy.
Why today? Why?
Why are you acting so guilty?
You can leave if you're just gonna cause a scene.
I bet you'd like that. Then you'd never have to explain.
There's nothing to explain.
You've been out 5 years. Stop trying to stage a fallout and tell me what I need to know. You owe me that.
Oh, I do? Do I?
Emma, the waitress, enters.
Is there a problem here? Because if there is, I suggest you clear it up right fast and in a hurry. Emma don't like no confusion in her place of business. I got 2 rules. You can play by my rules, or you can leave. Okay now. Now hush up and act like you got some sense. How's the coffee? Don't nobody answer at once.
Fine. For a pot that ain't been changed since lunchtime.
Sometimes change only leaves a better taste in one's mouth.
Spoken like a bona fide man of experience. Now show this young lion which side the bread is buttered on and drink your damn coffee. Because I'm going to charge you whether you do or you don't.
You've got everyone fooled, don't you?
December, I apologize for everything.
For what, August? You're crying? You don't think, do you, that I had it pretty hard coming up because my father happened to be a sex offender? What kid don't want to spend their childhood knowing that their dear old dad's the creeper they shouldn't talk to?
Things are different now. I'm off my conditional parole.
Well, that's right. The thing that could have sent you back to prison for hugging your son.
What was I supposed to do? I was in their box. Honestly, I don't know what to say, but this is me trying.
It was your own fault that you couldn't be around me. And now that I'm grown, that makes us good, huh? You got any candy on you? Check your pocket, let's see.
I guess you think I deserve that.
No, what you deserve is to have to go through what I went through. What I had to put up with getting to where I am. There's a reason every cop show on TV has the letters SVU after them. People hate scum like you. And they hate the offspring of scum even more.
Okay. Listen, I'm sorry. Or did you not hear that?
Try having a throbbing headache and you can't bring yourself to pop an aspirin because of the child-proof lid and that stupid freshness seal. Can you imagine the jokes? How it feels to know that no one is laughing with you?
I can't walk where you walked. And you can't walk where I've been. It's done. So let's get past this. Please.
No. This ain't done, not by a long shot. And I don't care if you don't know how I feel. All I want is... I don't want anything from you. Not a damn thing.
For someone who don't care, you seem pretty hot. Today is all for now. And no matter what I did or you did, I'll always be your father.
You want to be normal? I'll leave it to Beaver? Is that it? Okay, let's play normal. What kind of normal asshole names his son after a cold-ass month on the calendar? December. Hey, when's Christmas? Ho, ho, ho. I had to get my friends to call me Deke.
The calendar tradition started when Mama named me after the month I was born in. So I did the same with you. But everyone calls me Gus. Okay, Deke it is. I'm glad you don't mind me calling you what your friends call you.
You know what? I do. Only people who know me have that privilege, and you don't know me.
That's what I'm trying to get to know you. Just stop acting spoiled and...
Why? Now hold that thought. Can you guess what I always prayed for? I'll give you 3 picks.
I'm not going to just up and die, December. This is just like the night your mother and I broke up.
And I wanted it to happen inside before you got out.
So you would be happier if I had a different rap, if I had killed somebody. What's your preference? I could have kidnapped, tortured, robbed, assaulted. You pick. Would that have made you feel better? I can't go back. What's done is done. I could have been worse. Be grateful that I'm making the effort here. I've lost years. I shouldn't have lost. I shouldn't have to lose you too.
You should have to wear a brand, or something like a tattoo on your forehead that tells everybody what you are. There's this movie about a girl with a dragon tattoo. She was all badass, and she did that to the perv who raped her. She tattooed the asshole's forehead.
Really? You think you could reduce who I am to a tattoo?
Yeah, I think I can. They locked you up. Guilty. You did 10 years. What more is there to know?
Just what do you think you know about what I've done? Did you drink what I drank? Try to lose yourself in the dope like I did? No, you weren't there. I was. The prosecutor said I was guilty, but I really can't remember much of it. Nobody at a crack house really knows what the pipes make them do. The so-called victim said I'd done something to her. But she was a user herself, and underage. She was angling for a lesser bid. But she probably grew up without much of a chance at anything working out well for her. So I don't hold her for I don't hold what she said against her.
That's it? That's your story?
I just told you all I know about it. And now you want to sit there looking at me for answers.
All I know is if that bullshit, I don't remember, officer, is the best lame excuse you got to offer, I'm not impressed.
When I left prison, I left behind myself. It's like out here, I'm floating. Nothing seems real. In there, I knew who I was. I was inmate number 2045194. I knew when my next meal was gonna get served, where I was gonna sleep. I knew who my enemies were. I came to accept that I was everything everyone said that I was. And I owned that. I was fine with that. At least inside those walls, I knew who I was.
Sounds easy compared to what I had to do.
Yeah? Well, it was no walk in the park. And you're entitled to your opinion.
To hell with my opinion. This is my life. I don't need you in it.
Get loud, attract attention, do whatever makes you feel comfortable.
What? What did you just say to me? Don't be self-conscious now.
That's all prison is. A bunch of thugs sounding off for no reason. No privacy, no secrets, everyone knows everything. Get it all out. So much verbal shit rained down daily, it got to where I can dodge the puddle without looking up.
I hate you. Things can never be normal between us, August. Never.
Hate me until you're blue in the face. It won't change the fact that I'm your father. You can't dodge that fact, that.
Deep grabs August's cup, tosses the contents into August's face.
Dodge that, motherfucker. You didn't dodge that shit puddle so good, did you?
Some or not, I'm about to.
Confrontational stands face to face with August.
Yeah? You're about to what?
Lightning quick, August grabs a metal fork off the table and brings it to Deke's throat, grabs his shoulder with his other hand and backs him up slowly.
Teach you a lesson about pain. In prison, you can't get a real fork or knife. Metal makes a good weapon. That's why they give us plastic everything. If you really want to hurt someone, you gotta get creative.
Deke has been backed up against the coffee hot plate. August grabs the hot coffee pot and brings it an inch from Deke's face.
This is also a correctional no-no. Glass is sharp and cuts deeply. But it's all an illusion. A pacifier for the people in the position of power. There's nothing safe about prison. Plastic can be melted, pencils and pens. Even a toothbrush can be shaped and sharpened. Everything can be made into a weapon to inflict pain.
August acts like he's going to burn Deke with the pot. Deke stumbles and falls. August stands over him.
You really want to hurt someone, you don't throw hot coffee in them. You want to know how? I'll show you how.
Deke stays down. He's terrified and unsure. August stands over Deke and fills his cup over Deke's face.
If you really want to hurt someone, you alienate them. You cut them off. You strip every ounce of humility and humanity from them and force them to have to live in a system where they become victimized. That's real punishment. If you want to know how it feels, ask me.
Get off of me.
Ask me.
We don't have to talk anymore.
Ask me. Don't act scared now. Ask me.
I am scared. You know what I'm scared of? I'm scared that everyone thinks I'll do what you did.
First weekend while I was still at county, I watched a man get beat up and raped by a gang of inmates, and I didn't say a word to stop it. I kept my head down because I had the same charge he did. You know what I prayed for? That they wouldn't find out about me. That they wouldn't turn on me. I just wanted to get home to you, even if that meant I had to cry myself to sleep at night, or wash someone's boxers with the toothbrush I used, or other things. Things I never want to reveal. Things that make me feel like a coward. Things that I never ever wanted to tell you, Deke.
Deke picks up the diner's phone.
I gotta call 911. Send your sorry ass back for threatening me.
Inside, the only thing worse than a sex offender is a rat. The guards can't help him. The guards, the warden, they all go home at night. There isn't a single prosecutor or judge who knows what it's like in there after dark.
Angrily flips the table over.
Come! Get me locked up. I'm worthless out here to you and everyone else, so hell yes, send me back. Do us both that favor.
Maybe I will.
What are you people doing? That's a business sign. Put that phone down now. Look at this mess. One of you, I don't give a damn which one, has got to go. I can't run a business like this. You break my rules, you break my coffee pot. If there is anything wrong with that table, there is going to be hell to pay.
I'm sorry, ma'am, that we caused you trouble.
Make your own apologies, but don't you ever speak for me.
I don't have time for this crap. I told you I don't need no confusion. I'm gonna have my way. I don't care if you're hungry enough to eat a skunk's rear. Not in here. Not after this. One of you, front door now. The other one needs to get to work cleaning up this mess.
Deke takes a step towards the door. August grabs his shoulder. They face each other. August exits. Deke is watching the door where his father exited through, where Emma takes him by the arm and turns his attention to the mess.
Is this what you wanted to happen when you fixed your mouth to say all that important stuff you had to say?
No. But it's like I was destined to fail. What could I do?
I pour the coffee goes in the cup, the customer drinks the coffee, and I get a tip.
Not from me.
I don't even know you people, but you was a customer and I try my best to make customers happy so I, in turn, can be happy. Accept responsibility, just like I do to run this place. You gotta do what you need to do to make yourself happy.
Deke is looking at the door again.
I haven't seen him in 10 years. And the son of a bitch threatened to kill me. And then he just walks out. Who does that?
Who cares what your daddy did or didn't do? And I bet you didn't help none by yelling and acting a damn fool. Now stop cleaning this mess up. It didn't put itself on the floor.
She gives him a broom while she holds the dustpan.
What if I don't see him for another 10 years?
They sweep a broken cup into the dustpan.
What if my poor coffee pot doesn't get paid for? You're worried about the wrong damn thing.
Dumps the broken pieces.
Fix what you can and let the rest fix itself. Your father will come around again sooner than you think, if you want him to. Just try to prepare yourself a little better next time, not to break nothing.
Deke drops to the ground and gathers the spilled spoons and forks. He starts putting the items back on the table. He inhales deeply and turns to look at the door. End of play. Did you guys enjoy yourselves?
We'd just like
to give a special acknowledgement to Actors Theater and the Apprentice Intern Company this year who performed the plays, who helped set up the space, who honestly spent hours and hours helping us recording, hi Abby, and all of the things that it took to produce this for the general public. And on our day off, which is something so rare at this time. So I just wanted to say thank you to Actors Theater.
And I would like to thank, Actors Theater, who we just thanked for putting this on 3 years in a row. And you guys organized this so beautifully. This is our last evening. The inmates really look forward to having their work done on these fall-winter reading series. And I thought it was put on beautifully. So I really appreciate you for it. So. Thank you all for coming out. And I wonder, did anybody have any comments or thoughts? Or is this a good time to ask that? Or?
It's a great time to ask that.
It's a great time to ask that. Any comments about the program or what you just saw?
I liked it.
Oh,
you like
all right. The process. What did you like about the process? Everything. It seemed to speak to something that sort of stuck in the same kind of track and spinning the tire in the same way. Yeah.
Will you guys have this in January? Or just
Unfortunately not. It was
This is
just
the
3
last one.
months. But if you want to, you can follow Actors Theater online on Facebook, or you can also just go ahead and talk to me after the show, and I'm going to get you some information. That's what we're going to do.
And look for it next fall, winter.
Yes, next fall. Yes.
I was wondering how we can get other prison systems to get involved in this.
That's a good question, because I really feel recidivism is a problem. In America, if you look in Wikipedia, it says it's 60 or 65%. In Kentucky, they say it's 30%, but some people in the prison system say that's because they never parole anybody. So that's why it's so low. Is that true, Perry?
Yeah.
But some people, Kurt Tofflin has done this for almost 20 years, and his recidivism is like 8%. So that's much less than the Kentucky average and much less than the national average. So I think more prisons should do this kind of thing. But there are almost 6 million people in America that are within the parole and correction system. 6 million people. That's like 1 out of 33 people in America are in this system. And it is very expensive system, and it's almost like they don't want to spend just a little bit more for programming. Because they're just spending so much on incarceration.
Do you only do this with adults or with youth also who are incarcerated?
Kurt Tofflin does it with juveniles. He works is it KSR that's a juvenile? Out there in LaGrange, they have a juvenile somewhere that Kurt works with. Kentucky State Reformatory, that's what it is.
What about the juvenile detention center down here on 7th?
No, but you guys are so busy, it's so hard to get involved. Here you are in Louisville, and there's a juvenile facility. We should. So we'll
I'm the contact. That's why I'm asking.
I'm sorry?
I'm the contact.
Are you a good contact? All right.
Would you stick around afterward?
Yeah, I'd love to get your card if you do have one. So yeah, we'd love to do that.
Talking about sticking around, tonight we have some new audience interactions that we've never done before. And this is our very last presentation, like we've said before, and these men need feedback. They hear from the same 9 other men every single time they write a play, and it is invaluable that they hear from you. We have letters that you can write, even just a sentence. I know that they would love to hear your feedback or the way you reacted to this play, anything. And we also have questions out there. I know that some of you involved yourself putting post-it notes on our question board before, and we invite you to do that again after you've seen these shows to see what's changed in you or what hasn't changed, and so that we can record that for our own research that we mentioned before. And also we do have a lovely wall that's totally new, asking about your own vulnerability as humans, and I know it's tough, I'm really bad at that, but please participate if you can. I know it's a Monday and you all just want to get home, but I know that this feedback would just floor them.
Or is that pieces of paper outside, Rebecca?
Yes, it's on a desk, and we have pens. We actually do give them all to the inmates there, and so please, feedback for them.
Awesome.
Well, again, our mission is that we think that art can change lives, and you know, that's what we're like Johnny Appleseeds of that message.
Yeah.
So spread the word yourselves. Thank you.
Thank you.